I just wanted to elaborate on number two. You
Sure.
say this one, there was used to be a red ocean strategy, right? And there's a lot of other competitors died because of the pandemic situation. And now, go for a bigger market. So to go for a bigger market, what will be your tips for an entrepreneur to go for that, capture that opportunity? Marketing, sales, recruiting a player, what are the things you want to say?
So all that, but I think to get to all that, you need money. So you survive through the pandemic, and again, I think this is mostly applied not just to startup, also to larger corporation. Like for example, this franchise called Golden Gate Group. So they are M&B franchise. They own like a bunch of different brands in the market. They'd actually have to issue bonds to get enough money to survive through the pandemic. But as the market reopened, a lot of their competitors actually die out in the process. So now they're the biggest guy, and now they go out with that. It's like, hey, we were resilient. We survived the pandemic, and now we would like to raise more money to grow. And actually, they raised like I think $600 something million from Temasek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. When is this year?
I think 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Great.
So again, you can do all of that if you have money. And one way to get that money is fundraising. And the fundraising story would be, hey, we survived, and we're still growing even through the pandemic with no resources. That was actually the case for one of the portfolio at Access Venture that I work with a lot. They Scovia Car, so they do like human resources provision, like workforce, like blue collar workforce. And so during the pandemic, actually their numbers grew because they're providing like human laborers for like blue collar workforce for like delivery companies, warehouses, which as we all saw, in the pandemic, the demand for delivery went like this, right? Or like went sky high. So they actually grew in the pandemic with no additional money. And it was a great pitch for VCs. Everyone loves it. So I think now they just raised a new round, small round, and they're gonna raise a bigger round. Oh, there's another company that I'm not allowed to share on right now, but hopefully we can announce it soon, is the D2C fashion for men company. During the pandemic, they actually went 3x on their revenue between 2020 and 2021, and this is all organic, their traffic, organic growth, and that was because they were able to tap into the switch from offline fashion retail to more hybrid online fashion retail, especially for men, whereas not a lot of brands serve men. So they saw that opportunity, they saw that niche, blue ocean market, and they went in before everybody else.
Everybody was serving women before, right? Yeah.
So that's what I meant when you see the blue ocean market, you go in. With whatever resource you have, and you need more money, you just show that you survived through the pandemic and use that as your story.
I just wanted to elaborate because this is something you said is really powerful, because it's end of the day it start with the fundraising, right? So if you don't have the fund, you will not be able to do all that to capture the market. So is in this present situation, let's say in endemic situation we are, what will be your top 3 tips for founders or entrepreneurs to raise fund? What they should do to raise the fund?
So I think, I don't have like 3 tips. I mean, I have maybe 1.
Okay.
Is that let your resilience and your product and your work speak for itself. And what I mean by that is, like, again, go back to the 2 cases I said earlier, right? Those guys went through the pandemic with 0 increase in salary base, only 0 decrease in salary base. They didn't cut any headcount, but they also didn't add any cost. They were running just at 3-4x the normal effort, just to fulfill the orders, fulfill the customer needs, and they were resilient enough to survive through the pandemic, even with all the lockdowns and stuff. During the high lockdown in Ho Chi Minh City, their sales went to 0, but they didn't quit. They just kept going. So I think, and then they actually deliver higher performance towards the end of the year compared to like August and September of 2021. 2021, yes. So, they're resilient. Their quality service speak for itself. I think that's really the only lesson that you need. Everything else is just putting lipstick on a pig. just have to show your work, and people will see it.
So you more a promoter, like rather than go and looking for fundraising, focus more building a great product and really go to the market, and then they'll reach it to you in that aspect.
Yeah, VCs again are just people. You know, they like to find good companies. They like to see good deals. They like to find somewhat sure win. And there's no surer way to make sure we win than to invest in a company with a real product, real users, real traction, and growing despite hard times. That's usually the best bet.